All right, let's start this class now. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, girls. All girls tonight.
Miss.
Alhamdulillah, welcome back. Welcome back to my class, everyone. How are you? Are you doing great? Fine, okay. Fabulous, feeling fabulous? Gimana kabar kalian hari ini? Sehat semua ya? Sebentar, ada Aisyah. Oh, Aisyah, masuk lagi. Oke, tadi audionya Miss nggak kedengeran nih. Alright, I hope you guys are doing great and ready to continue your lesson. This one is a new lesson. The topic is about the making a phone call. But before we open your new handbook, you still have 2 more lessons left up in the previous one. So let's go back to the previous lesson on going to the restaurant. Masih ada pelajaran yang belum tuntas nih di materi going to the restaurant. Materi tentang idioms. And the listening practice. Kita tuntaskan ini dulu ya, baru nanti masuk ke pelajaran baru. Okay, this one.
Miss, izin keluar sebentar.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Okay, before we go to the listening practice, let's take a look at the idioms.
Assalamualaikum, Miss.
Waalaikumsalam. Oke, nah kita masuk ke idioms dulu. Remember, idioms itu artinya kalimat atau kata kiasan. Jadi jangan mengartikan kata per kata, karena nanti artinya akan aneh didengar. Oh, hang on, Abel is here. Now, the first idiom is called Go Dutch. Dutch is a country in bahasa Indonesia. Ini Dutch artinya negara Belanda. Waalaikumsalam. Tapi Go Dutch artinya bukan pergi ke Belanda in bahasa Indonesia. It simply means to pay the cost of something, especially a meal, separately. Jadi membayar, contoh kalau makan-makan nih, bayar masing-masing, bayar sendiri-sendiri sesuai dengan apa yang kita makan atau minum. Jadi kalau bahasa sehari-hari ini, mungkin kalian harus tanya, to ask your parents, biasanya nih kita orang zaman dulu ya, bilangnya BS-BS, bayar sendiri-sendiri. BS, bahasa Inggrisnya Go Dutch. Okay, I'm gonna call to read the dialogue. Hang on. Alia, you'll be Amanda, and Viola, you'll be James. Starting from Alia.
Oke. Tunggu, Miss. Let's grab some lunch.
Viola?
Where do you want to go?
Good.
Let's try that new restaurant down the street.
Only if you're treating.
Yes.
I think it's your turn to pay the bill.
I paid it last time.
I think you're wrong.
It's an expensive restaurant.
Good.
I really want to try it, so.
Yes.
If you want to go in, go there.
We'll go Dutch.
We'll go.
Mhm.
That sounds fine to me.
Maybe we should do that more often.
Well done. You pronounced the word restaurant correctly, both of you. Restaurant. This word has 3 syllables, but when speaking, the native English speakers pronounce it with only 2 syllables. So they pronounce it as restaurant. Restaurant. So we just how they say the word. Kita hanya mencontoh aja ya. And then let's grab some lunch. Grab itu arti sebenarnya mengambil atau meraih. Food, buying food, grab means to buy. Let's buy some lunch. Let's get some lunch. Get is get here means to buy. The same as grab. Where do you want to go? Try to pronounce want to as wanna in spoken English. Kalau dalam percakapan, sering-sering pengucapan want to jadi wanna. That sounds more casual and more natural. Lebih alami ya, because that's how the native English speakers say it. Let's try that new restaurant down the street. The same meaning as on that street. Di jalan itu tuh. Only if you're treating. Treating di sini dari kata treat, bukan artinya merawat. Kalau urusannya sama makan-makan, treat artinya traktir. Only if you're treating, kalau lo yang traktir ya. I think it's your turn to pay the bill. Kayaknya ini giliran lo deh bayarin tagihannya. I paid it. Bacanya disambung. Paid it. The word paid ends with the D consonant, so we connect the D to the next vowel I and the word it. Paid it. Paid it last time. I really want to try it. Wanna try it though. Though means sama artinya dengan but. Artinya although kependekannya though. Seringnya nih kalau penutur asli bahasa Inggris nulisnya begini doang. Nah, nulisnya begini. Disingkat lagi ya. Bacanya sama though. Though, although atau but. We'll go Dutch. Tadi Dutch itu negara, tapi dalam idiom artinya bukan negara ya. Pengertiannya bukan pergi ke Belanda, tapi bayar masing-masing. Apa yang kita makan atau minum. Alright, next idiom. Now, these are some of the idioms for spending money. The first idiom is out of your own pocket. Out of, bacanya of ya, out of your own pocket. Okay, I'm gonna call Aisha. Aisha, read the
Yes,
first idiom.
miss.
Read the first idiom, please.
Of your pocket. If you pay for something out of your own pocket, you cover the cost with your own money.
Yes, read the sentence. Breakfast.
Breakfast is included, but you must pay for lunch out of your own pocket.
Out of your own pocket, dari kantongmu sendiri. Kalau ini artinya secara sesungguhnya ya, sesuai dengan kata. Out of, keluar, your own pocket, dari kantongmu sendiri. So for example, if the sentence breakfast is included, sarapannya sudah termasuk dalam biaya yang dikeluarkan. For example, when you're staying at a hotel, usually the hotel will provide you with the breakfast. Biasanya hotel, kalau kita nginep di hotel, kita dapat sarapan pagi. But if you want to have lunch at the hotel, the lunch is out of your own pocket. Bayar lagi pakai duit sendiri. Alright, next idiom, pick up the tab. Bacanya disambung. Pick up the tab. I'm gonna call Nadisa. Read the idiom, the meaning, and the example.
Pick up the tab. If you
Disambung bacanya, pick up.
pick up the
Pick up.
tab.
Good.
If you pick up the tape, you pay the bill or pay the cost of something. Bill
Example.
pick
Pick
it
up.
up
Mhm.
pick up the tape to celebrate his birthday.
Aha. Bill picked up the tab to celebrate his birthday. Jadi sebenarnya sama dengan neraktirin orang lain kalau bahasa Indonesia-nya. Jadi kalau kalian lagi ulang tahun, Pama nih ya, terus neraktirin teman-teman makan di kantin sekolah atau di restoran. Jadi mereka bebas mau makan apa, pesen sendiri, nanti kamu yang bayarin karena lagi ulang tahun. Next, a rip-off. Bacanya juga disambung. Rip-off. Rip-off. Miss panggil Jihan.
A rip-off.
A rip-off.
Rip-off. To say
Yep.
that something is a rip-off means that it costs much more than it sold.
It should.
It should.
$15.
$15 for an orange juice. That's a rip-off.
That's a rip-off. Ada bunyi S-nya. That's
A rip-off.
That's it. $15 for an orange juice? That's a rip-off. Di sini artinya rip-off itu harganya nggak sesuai dengan, contoh ya, kalau beli makanan di restoran ini dibandingkan dengan makanan yang sama di restoran yang lain. Ternyata restoran ini harganya lebih mahal daripada restoran itu. Padahal rasanya sama aja. Jadi bilang rugi nih bayar mahal-mahal, rasanya sama. Itu dibilang rip-off. Harga yang dibayarkan nggak sesuai dengan apa yang kita harapkan. Jadi kalau dibilang $15 for an orange juice, $15 buat segelas jus orange, mahal amat. That's a rip-off. Nah, itu dimaksud dengan that's a rip-off. Kemahalan harganya. Alright, next idiom, fork over. Fork over. I want, let me see, Abel. Okay, Abel, read the sentence, please. The meaning first. Go ahead, Abel.
Yang mana, Miss?
Fork over.
Fork over. If you fork over something, you pay for something unwillingly.
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 Hmm.
He had to fork over $170 $70 for dinner at a 5-star hotel.
Yes. Fork over. If you fork over something, you pay for something unwillingly. Jadi terpaksa bayarnya. Jadi contoh dalam kalimat, he had to fork over $170 for dinner at a 5-star hotel. Dia terpaksa bayar $170 untuk makan malam di restoran di hotel bintang 5. Iyalah, jelas ya. Kalau makan di restoran hotel bintang 5 pasti mahal. Jadi mau nggak mau mesti ngeluarin uang yang banyak. Okay, next. On the house. Nala, read the example, the meaning and the example.
Iya, Miss.
On the house.
On the house. If you have something on the house, it is given to you for free.
Yes. All
drinks were on the house.
Bacanya were. Hang on, were. All drinks Mhm.
All drinks were on the house.
Yes. Oke, bentar. Oh, ini Lutfia tadi ya? Oh, jadi Aisyah ada 2. Oke, Lutfia. On the house. If you have something on the house, it is given to you for free. Jadi gratis kalau dibilang on the house. So for example, all drinks were on the house. Jadi kalau kalian datang ke restoran atau ke cafe, kalau dibilang the food or the drinks are on the house, artinya semuanya gratis dibayarin sama restorannya atau sama kafenya. Okay, the last idiom, Lufia, foot the bill.
Foot the bill.
If you foot
If
the
you
bill,
foot the bill, you
Yes.
pay for something.
yes.
I love going out to dinner with Lina because she always foots the bill.
Good. Now, because, bacanya, not because,
Because.
tapi because or because. Jadi bunyi AU-nya bukan A, bunyinya O atau E. Because or because. I pronounce both. Miss bacanya dua-duanya.
Banyak
Sometimes I say
tagihan.
because, sometimes I say because. Now, foot the bill artinya bayarin. Apa ya? Bayarin, raktirin gitu ya. Contoh, I love going out to dinner with Lina. Aku seneng nih kalau pergi makan sama Lina because she always puts the bill. Karena dia selalu yang bayarin. Banyak duitnya. Oke, sering-sering dipakai ya. Try to use one of these idioms in your everyday conversation. Terutama yang Go Dutch. Sering-sering dipakai kalau umpama teman kalian jalan nih ke warung atau ke Indomaret gitu ya. Let's go Dutch. Kita beli masing-masing ya, bayar masing-masing. Alright, the next exercise, listening practice. The story of McDonald's. I'm going to share the exercise. Hang on, let me get it for you. Oop, not this one. Hang on, hang on. Here is it. Okay. The story of McDonald's. Bacanya McDonald's, not McDonald's, bukan Mac ya, tapi McDonald's ini nama keluarga orang Irlandia biasanya nih. McDonald's. Oke. Hang on. There you go. I just shared with you the link to this exercise in Zoom chat. You may open it now. You can listen to the audio twice, 3 times, 4 times, as many as you like, and then complete the paragraph. Let's listen to this audio together. Kita dengarkan bareng-bareng ya.
There are many restaurants in the world, but probably the most famous is McDonald's. McDonald's has more than 34,000 restaurants around the world in 119 countries, and they serve about 68 million customers every day. The story of McDonald's began in 1940 when 2 brothers, Richard and Maurice Mac McDonald, opened a new restaurant called McDonald's Famous Barbecue.
Waalaikumsalam.
It was a successful business,
Kalau
but the
kecepatan
brothers
kan bisa
wanted
diulang lagi. Ini nggak bisa diperlambat. It's not like YouTube. I can slow down the audio. Kalian bisa ulangin lagi.
to sell more food and make more money, so in 1948 they made some changes. For example, they tried a new way to cook and serve food faster, and McDonald's became one of the first fast food restaurants in the world. In addition, they made the menu more simple: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, sodas, and milkshakes. There were no longer any waitresses to serve food, so customers ordered food by themselves at a counter. In 1954, a man called Ray Kroc joined the company and later bought it for $2.7 million. The company is now worth many billions of dollars. There is a McDonald's museum that is located in San Bernardino, California, where the first McDonald's was built. It's open daily from 10 a.m. to 5
Oke,
p.m.
silakan boleh didengarkan sekali lagi. Pasti yang terakhir kedengeran nih. It's open daily from 10 to 5 p.m. Let's kasih bantuan. There is a McDonald's museum that is located in San Bernardino, California, where the first McDonald's was built. Ini ada filmnya nih. Cerita tentang awal muasal restoran waralaba McDonald's. Ya, kan dari kisah nyata memang filmnya. There are many restaurants in the world, but probably the most famous is McDonald's. McDonald's has more than 34,000 restaurants around the world in 119 countries, and they served about 60 million customers every day. The story of McDonald's began in 1940 when two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, opened a new restaurant called McDonald's Famous Barbecue.
There are many restaurants in the world, but probably the most famous is McDonald's. McDonald's has more than 34,000 restaurants around the world in 119 countries, and they serve about 68 million customers every day.
And they serve about 68 million customers every day. Write it down.
The story of McDonald's began in 1940 when two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, opened a new restaurant called McDonald's Famous Barbecue. It was a successful business.
It was a successful business, but the brothers wanted to sell more food and make more money. So in 1948, they made some changes. For example, they tried a new way to cook and serve food faster. And McDonald's became one of the first fast food restaurants in the world.
But the brothers wanted to sell more food and make more money, so in 1948 they made some changes. For example, they tried a new way to cook and serve food faster, and McDonald's became one of the first fast food restaurants in the world.
One of the first fast food restaurants in the world. One of the first fast food restaurants in the world.
lupa les.
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah, you can make it to class. Welcome, Lana. Hang on a second. Lana is number 11. Okay, the link to this
Miss.
exercise in Zoom chat. Yes, what is it?
Itu nomor 4 restorannya pakai S.
Yes.
Vitamin S. Oke.
In addition, they made the menu more simple: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, sodas, and milkshakes.
In addition, they made the menus more simple: hamburgers, French fries, if I'm not mistaken,
And they made the menu more simple: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, sodas,
cheeseburgers, sodas, and milkshakes. In addition, they made the menus more simple: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, sodas, and milkshakes. There were no longer
Miss?
any waitresses. Yes, what is it, Aisyah?
Miss, kok linknya ada 2 punya aku?
Sama, nggak apa-apa, sama aja.
Ini nomor 4 yang apa?
Kenapa nomor 4? What's wrong with number 4?
Nomor 4 itu apa tadi lupa.
Coba didengar lagi audionya ya. Dengerin lagi, diputar lagi. There were no longer any waitresses to serve food.
And milkshakes. There were no longer any waitresses to serve food,
So customers
so customers ordered food by themselves
ordered. Listen to me carefully. Ordered, not ordered, but ordered. There were no longer. Yes. There were no longer any waitresses to serve food, so customers ordered food by themselves at the counter. In 1954, a man named Ray Kroc joined the company and later bought it for $2.7 million. The company is now worth many billions of dollars. There is a McDonald's museum that is located in San Bernardino in California, where the first McDonald's was built. It's open daily from 10 to 5 p.m. The end.
Yeah, you can take my walkie-talkie later. No, I'm gonna take it.
Who has finished? Yes, that's right, Abel. Waitresses, it's not waiters, but waitresses. Jadi pelayan perempuan ya. Female servants. Server. Okay, listen one more time. There are many restaurants in the world, but probably the most famous is McDonald's. McDonald's has more than 34,000 restaurants around the world in 119 countries, and they serve about 68 million customers every day. Oh, good, Abel. The story of McDonald's began in 1940 when two brothers, Richard and Morris McDonald, opened a new restaurant called McDonald's Famous Barbecue. It was a successful business, but the brothers wanted to sell more food and make more money. So in 1948, they made some changes. For example, they tried a new way to cook and serve food faster. And McDonald's became one of the first fast food restaurants in the world. In addition, they made the menus more simple: hamburgers, cheeseburgers, sodas, and milkshakes. There were no longer any waitresses to serve food, so customers ordered food by themselves at the counter. In 1954, a man named Ray Kroc joined the company and later bought it for $2.7 million. The company is now worth many billions of dollars. There is a McDonald's museum that is located in San Bernardino in California, where the first McDonald's was built. It's open daily from 10 to 5 p.m. Okay, let's see who has submitted the work. Okay, Abel and Lana. Oh, Lana datang belakangan. Kumpulin duluan. And they serve not 60 cheeseburgers. Ini dibagi cheeseburgers penulisan satu kata ya. Ini kayaknya dua kata nih. Abel dia nggak betul. Fast food restaurants, ketinggalan restaurants-nya. Ini menus. Sebentar. They made the menus. Oh, salah ya? Kita cek. Ya, betul. Oke. Kita cek lagi punya Lana. Banyak nih. Viola and Lisa. Okay, let's see. Serve, good, betul. Businesses, business spellingnya salah nih. Fast food restaurants, kurang S. Cheeseburger, salahnya di mana nih? Hang on. Oh, E-nya kurang satu. Order, located. Nah, oh menu, my bad. Berarti menu nggak pakai S ya? Salah, my mistake. Yes, businesses kurang s-nya untuk jamaknya ini betul. Waitresses, kelebihan E-nya nih. Nah, order tambahin ed-nya, open-nya biasa. Oke, good. Bentar, salah. Oke, empat. Kita lihat punya Narisa. Nggak apa-apa, ini karena memang audionya cepat ya. It's fast, so you need to practice to listen carefully to the audio next time. Boleh didengerin berkali-kali. Serve, spellingnya. Businesses, sama spellingnya juga. Fast food restaurants, ketinggalan restaurants. Cheese, spellingnya. Yang ini waitresses, not waiters. Waitress, pelayan perempuan. Jumlahnya lebih dari satu. Waitresses. Ordered, kurang ed-nya. Ada Jihan. Oke. Serve, nggak pakai S. Customers, spellingnya. Business. Ini tuh kurang ES kok benar ya? Businesses. Restaurant, fast food restaurants. Cheeseburgers. Menu, waitress, waitresses yang ini ya. Oh, ketinggalan dua. Belum diisi. One more, Lutfia. Yes, good. Fast food restaurants. Fast foodnya jadi satu nih. Waitresses, ordered, ketinggalan E-nya. Nice work, Lutfia. Oke. Yang belum puas dengan nilainya boleh diulang ya, didengar lagi, biar latihan telinganya. Alright, now let's go to your next lesson. Making a phone call. Intronya aja dulu ya. Jadi kalian akan belajar beberapa ekspresi kalimat yang umumnya sering often used when making a phone call, when accepting a phone call or making a phone call or leaving a message or taking a message. Okay, before we open this handbook, let's watch this video.
Who's ready to hatch some cool pets? Click here to make your very own.
Hello? Hello. May I speak to Kate, please? Sorry, she's not here. Who's calling, please? This is Mike, Kate's friend. Hi, Mike. Can I take a message? No, thank you. I'll call back later. Okay, bye. Bye. Hello? Hello? Can I speak to Kate? Speaking. Hi, Kate. This is Mike. Hi, Mike. What's up? Let's play badminton at the park. Sounds good. What time? How about at 2? Okay. See you at 2. Bye. Let's role play.
Now, please, if you're asking, you want to talk to someone, always say, may I speak? When you think that someone older answering the phone. Jadi kalau kalian merasa ngedengar suara yang angkat telepon ini, suaranya lebih tua, lebih sopan bilangnya, may I speak? But when you're talking to your friends or someone about your age, you can say, can I speak to or can I speak with? There's no difference in meaning. Boleh bilang speak to atau speak with. Atau talk to atau talk with. Nggak ada perbedaannya. Sama. May I speak to Kate, please? And don't forget to say please at the end of the sentence. Sorry, she's not here. So Kate is not at home at the moment when her friend is calling. She's not here or she's not at home at the moment. Boleh bilang seperti itu. Who's calling, please? Asking the caller's name. Jadi kalau ditanya who's calling, please, atau who's this, ini lebih casual. Jadi kalian harus sebutkan nama kalian. Say your name. This is, for example, Abel speaking. This is Abel. Jangan cuma bilang, ini temannya yang dicari umpama Lutfia. Ini temannya Lutfia. Ini temannya Lutfia ada namanya kan. Selalu sebutkan namanya. This is Abel, Lutfia's friend. Now, just like in the video, this is Mike, Kate's friend. Or I'm Mike, Kate's friend. Hi Mike, can I take a message? Ditanya apa mau meninggalkan pesan because Kate is not here. Can I take a message or do you want to leave a message? Would you like to leave a message? Ada banyak ya cara meminta orang untuk meninggalkan pesan. Kalau bilangnya, would you like to leave a message? No, thank you. I'll call back later. Enggak, terima kasih. Always say thank you. I'll call back later dan telepon lagi. So a few moments later, he called back. Now, because they're talking to the same age, ngomongnya sama orang yang seusia. Can I speak to? Tadi kan awalnya pakai may I speak to? Speaking. Nah, kalau dibilang speaking, ini artinya, ya ini Kate yang ngomong. Ya ini gue sendiri. Nah, kalau bahasa Cina gitu ya. Speaking. This is she speaking. What's up? Kenapa? Ada apa? Nah, itu ya what's up. Bukan cuma bertanya kabar what's up. Tapi bertanya ada keperluan apa? Okay, that's the end of the video. Now, let's go back to your handbook. Itu cara berbicara dalam telepon dengan teman sebaya. Karena nanti kalau yang situasinya formal, for example in a workplace, berhubungan dengan dunia kerja, beda ya cara berbicara dalam teleponnya. Now, vocabulary enrichment. Pengayaan kosakata dulu nih. Parts of the phone. Bagian-bagian dari telepon. Nanti kalian tebak ya kira-kira yang mana. Dial pad. Now, the definition of dial pads. These are the numbers or symbols that are used to dial a number. Dial itu memutar. Ya, memutar nomor. Karena zaman dulu, telepon itu diputar. Bentuknya lingkaran. Beda dengan sekarang, dipencet. Miss mengalami nih, semua era pergantian telepon. Dari yang diputar, dipencet, gitu ya. Display, number 2. Ini nama panjangnya. LCD, Liquid Crystal Display. It shows various information such as dial numbers and caller's name and number. LCD singkatannya tadi ya, Liquid Crystal Display. Handset, number 3. Part of the telephone made up of the receiver and the transmitter. Handset, kira-kira bisa ditebak nih ada kata hand and set.
Telepon genggam.
No, it's not handphone. Kalau kita orang Asia bilang bahasa Inggris telepon genggam handphone. But that's not a handphone. Ini telepon
Kakak
rumah ya.
telepon.
Ini telepon rumah. Ah, itu dia Lutfia. Number 4, receiver. A speaker that is placed over the ear. Letaknya di telinga. Number 5, transmitter. A device that enables you to speak. Berarti adanya di area mulut. And the last one, cord. That is a cable that connects the handset to the base of the telephone. Nah, kira-kira udah ada bayangan ya? Sekarang Miss ambilkan dulu latihannya. Tinggal digeser-geser aja. Drag and drop.
Linknya udah dibagiin belum, Miss?
I'm gonna. There you go.
Oke.
Drag and drop.
Sudah, Miss.
Okay, let me see. Hang on a second. Nice work, Abel. Ada yang salah taruh nih ya. That's alright. Who else? Siapa lagi yang sudah? Miss nggak buka nih. Kalau dibuka ketahuan nanti jawabannya.
Miss,
Yes.
kodenya apa, Miss?
BFM SPL AL 5Y. Yay, Nadisa, way to go. You nailed it. Betul semua. You got a 10 out of 10.
Tadi apa, Miss, kodenya?
BFM
PFM
SPL.
SPLAL 5Y.
Yes. Wah, hafal Lutfia.
Belum 9.
Miss, kodenya Lia juga lupa.
One more time. BFM,
BFM,
SPL,
SPL.
AL, 5Y.
Lah,
Loh, kenapa?
Alia udah coba tapi tadi nggak bisa. Tunggu.
Huruf kecil semua. Very good, Lana and Viola, Azra. Ada yang salah nih ya? BFM, SPL, AL,
Miss, grup
5Y.
levelnya apa?
Bebas, beginner boleh. A2 boleh. Yes, very good, Alia. You got them all correct. Well done. Who else? Before we move on to the next exercise, still about the vocabulary. Masih tentang kosakata nih ya, exercise-nya.
Mas tulis English gimana? English font.
I'll give you 1 more minute. 1 menit lagi.
Miss, aku juga lupa kodenya apa.
Tadi udah disebutin berkali-kali nih. BFM, SPL, AL, 5Y. Kalau sering ngumpulin latihan, otomatis keluar tuh. Tapi kalau nggak muncul, berarti nggak pernah ngumpulin. Masih Alia. Okay, for those who have done, you can move on with the next exercise. Bisa lanjut ya ke latihan berikutnya. Types of telephones. Jenis-jenis telepon. Tadi yang ini nih namanya telepon rumah. Kalau bahasa Inggris, ini namanya telepon pintar. Ini telepon jadul. Nah, clue-nya di kata telepon pintar.
Smartphone.
Okay, the link to this exercise is in Zoom chat. You may open it now. So the British call this type of phone as a mobile phone or mobile phone. Pengucapan mobile is the American English pronunciation, while British English pronunciation call it as mobile. Mobile phone is a telephone that you can carry with you and use in any place. While the Americans call the same phone as a cell phone. Cell is the short for cellular phone, cell phone. It has the same meaning as the mobile phone. Landline is a telephone connection that uses wires underground or on poles. Poles itu tiang. Seperti tiang listrik, poles. A dumb phone, number 4. A very basic cell phone that cannot connect to the internet. And the last one, smartphone, is a cell phone or a mobile phone that can be used as a small computer and connect to the internet. Gampang banget ini.
Udah, Miss, udah selesai.
Oh, cepet banget. Oke, harus udah semua nih. This time.
Miss, aku udah selesai.
Ya. Good job. Yang mana nih selesainya? Exercise 1 or exercise 2? Alia, Alfia juga udah. Oke, let's see. Jihan sudah ternyata nih ya. Jihan, Abel. Oh, Abel types of telephone. Excellent work, Alfia. Good, Viola. Well done, and Lutfia. Awesome work. Good job. Mana punyanya Lutfia? Punyanya Aisyah belum ada nih. Belum dikumpulin Aisyah. Nadisa, very good. Easy peasy, right? Okay, let's continue to the next page. Kita lanjut lagi. Now, let's learn the phrasal verbs for the telephone conversation. Phrasal verb atau frase kata kerja. Jadi frase kata kerja itu kombinasi gabungan antara kata kerja, verb, and particle. Jadi particles-nya itu bisa berupa preposisi. Preposisi itu contohnya on, in, at, to, of, by, with. Itu namanya preposisi. Jadi verb diikuti dengan preposition atau gabungan antara verb and an adverb. Adverb itu mirip dengan preposisi. Contoh away itu adverb. Atau gabungan tiga sekaligus, verb, adverb, and preposition. Fungsinya sebagai kata kerja. Jadi Miss kepengen kalian belajar menghafal kosakata itu bukan cuma kata kerja individual word aja. Kata yang cuma satu doang. Repot ngapalinnya banyak banget berjuta-juta kata. Lebih enak, kalian kan pasti sudah punya dasar kata nih. Contoh, kalau cut, memotong. Tapi kalau kita tambahin preposisi, cut down, atau cut down on, ini beda lagi nih artinya. Down di sini fungsinya sebagai preposisi, tapi kalau yang di tiga kata ini, down fungsinya sebagai adverb, on fungsinya sebagai preposisi. Cut down ini artinya menebang. Jadi memotong sesuatu sampai rubuh ke tanah. Cut down. Cut down the tree, contoh. Kalau cut down on itu mengurangi konsumsi sesuatu. Contoh, my doctor told me to cut down on coffee. Dokternya Miss nih nyuruh Miss mengurangi kopi. Iya dulu sih gitu ya nyuruhnya waktu Miss operasi. Cut down on coffee, cut down on smoking, mengurangi sesuatu. Dengan kata kerja doang ditambahin partikel preposisi atau adverb dengan preposisi, artinya bisa berbeda. Jadi lebih enak menghafalin phrasal verb daripada cuma satu kata ini. Ya. Oke, good. Nanti Miss cek. Sekarang tugas kalian kira-kira nih, sebentar Miss ambilin dulu ya. Latihannya Miss keluarin dulu. Tugas kalian hanya menjodohkan, mencocokkan, match the phrasal verbs to their meaning. Bentar, kok kayak ini ya. Download. Contoh, I called 3 times, but I couldn't get through. Dicari nih pengertian get through-nya apa. Bantuannya ada, the line was always busy. Kira-kira artinya apa nih? Tinggal dicari pasangannya ya. Miss kasih bantuan satu. Yang gampang nih. Ini yang paling sering Miss pakai. Am I breaking up? Is my voice breaking up? Kalau my internet connection is bad during Zoom, I always say, is my voice breaking up? Can you hear me clearly? Nah, breaking up artinya, tadi mana tuh ya? Oh, ini dia. When there's a bad connection and the sound is unclear. Tinggal tarik garis. Nah, nggak mencocokkan seperti itu ya? Oke. Linknya Miss bagikan. Kalau nggak paham, tenang aja. Nanti kita bahas. Jadi kalian boleh tebak-tebak buah manggis. There you go, sudah dibagikan. Pick it up, dari kata pick up. Pick itu mengambil. Pick up berarti bukan mengambil doang. Call you back. Call back, dari kata back itu kembali. Hang up, press the red button to hang up. Miss kasih bantuan satu lagi deh. To hang up, to finish a phone call. Nah, sambil Miss cek yang sudah selesai di latihan sebelumnya ya. Nala nih Miss belum lihat nih kerjaannya Nala nih. Jihan sudah great. Lutfia juga sudah excellent work. Gampang ya latihannya. Who has finished? Anybody? Siapa yang sudah selesai? Oh, belum.
Sudah, Miss.
Oke. Ah, Bel duluan. Oh, nice. Nice work. Not bad. You got a 7.5 out of 10. Miss cek dulu ya. Salahnya di mana nih, Miss? Close dulu ya, biar nggak keintip. Oke. Get through-nya salah pasangan nih. Sama callback. 1, 2. Oh, salah 2 doang nih. Bentar, harusnya 8. Miss edit dulu ya. Oke, sudah 8.
Baca belum?
Anybody else? Siapa yang sudah? Oke, belum. Okay, I'm still waiting.
Tarik garisnya susah, Miss.
Kayak apanya?
Ditarik garisnya susah.
Masa? Pelan-pelan coba. Kalau susah dibalik. Contoh,
Iya,
kalau
Miss, susah.
tadi dari kiri ke kanan, ditukar dari kanan ke kiri. Biasanya suka bisa. Nah, tuh. Tadinya kiri ke kanan nggak bisa, geser kanan ke kiri.
Kenapa? Tahu aja belum?
Oke, Jihan, sudah. Oh, Viola, excellent work. Lana, well done. Kayaknya Lana salah satu nih. Coba let me see. Yes, betul. Jadi dulu ya, 9.
Gak tahu Miss, yang itu tadi nggak bisa ketarik.
Oh, kesalahan ada pada jarinya. Oke, let's see. Jihan, salahnya di mana? Ya? Gak apa-apa, salah. Karena masih belajar. Karena baru nih ketemu phrasal verb. Jadi bolehlah tebak-tebak buah manggis. Oke, Nadisa juga sudah. Good. Oke, one more minute. Nanti kita bahas sama-sama. Oke, ready or not, let's discuss these answers. Kita diskusi dulu sama-sama. Cara gampang nih kalau pakai feeling. Contoh yang terakhir ya, hello, hello, oh no, I think we got cut off. Dari kata cut, cut itu kan memotong. Kalau sesuatu, something is cut off, artinya terputus. Kita kalau motong sesuatu kan putus ya. So, cut off itu artinya pembicaraannya terputus. Kalau terputus bahasa Inggrisnya disconnected. Connect itu nyambung. Connect nyambung ya. Berarti ada awalan dis itu tidak artinya. Dis dari kata agree, setuju. Disagree berarti nggak setuju. Connect nyambung. Berarti kalau disconnect nggak nyambung. Cut off terputus. Hang on artinya sama dengan wait. Hang on, wait for me artinya sama. Speak up. Nah, tadi udah habis kasih tahu. Speak louder. Ngomongnya kencengan. Hang up tadi. Finish a phone call. Nanti artinya ada satu lagi nih ya, phrasal verb. Pakai kata hang up, tapi ada tambahan lagi jadi 3 kata. Hang up on someone. To somebody. Kalau hang up tadi menutup. Jadi kalau selesai pembicaraan telepon, you hang up the phone. Dari mengangkat. Hang up, apanya yang di hang up? Hang up the phone dari gagang telepon. Karena kan dulu belum ada handphone ya. Telepon landline phone, telepon rumah. Gagang teleponnya hang up, digantung. Karena zaman dulu teleponnya taruh di dinding. Digantung hang up, telepon selesai, diputusin. Tapi kalau hang up on, you end a conversation on the phone abruptly. Kalau dibilang abruptly itu dengan kasar. Jadi orang lagi tengah-tengah ngomong, tiba-tiba langsung ditutup, jebret. Kalau pakai telepon rumah dibanting gagang teleponnya. Itu dibilang hang up on. She hung up on me. Dia mutusin telepon tiba-tiba. Kalau pakai handphone tinggal dipencet aja tuh tombol itunya, tombol teleponnya. Jadi kalau yang hang up on someone, orang masih ngomong di line yang tadi, tiba-tiba langsung diputusin. Oke, lanjut lagi. Berikutnya kita pick it up dari kata pick, mengambil. Tapi kalau pick up itu mengangkat. Up itu atas ya. Jadi pick mengambil ke atas, pick up mengangkat. Mengangkat apa? mengangkat telepon. Answer a phone call. Breaking up tadi, unclear. Suaranya terputus-putus. Berarti kalau ini get through, artinya yang ini. Connect. Ya. Oke, baru kenalan. That's okay. Next. Oh, ini ketinggalan satu. Call back. Return a phone call. Ini ya. Ketinggalan satu. Alright. Sering-sering ini harus, mau nggak mau harus dihafal nih, karena sering dipakai. So maybe next time when you have a telephone call with someone living abroad, someone who speaks English, yang berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris, udah tahu nih frase-frase atau ekspresi yang menggunakan phrasal verb, udah ngerti artinya. Oke. Alright, so I guess I should wrap up this lesson up to now. Sampai sini dulu, insya-Allah. Kita akan lanjut later days di pertemuan-pertemuan berikutnya, because next meeting is your exam day. Pertemuan berikutnya kan sudah ujian. Ujiannya nggak sampai telephone conversation ya, sampai yang terakhir, going to the restaurant. Ini kayaknya harus Miss bagi 2 grup. Jadi kemungkinan ada yang ujiannya minggu siang, ada yang minggu malam. Karena ujiannya one on one, satu-satu. Ujiannya sama Miss. Jadi bukan berpasangan seperti biasa, ujiannya satu-satu ya. Oke, jangan lupa latihannya diulangi lagi yang sudah dibagikan di Google Classroom. Dilihat-lihat terutama yang kosakata. Yang penting itu kosakata. Kalau grammarnya salah, it doesn't matter. It's okay, nggak apa-apa. Yang penting berani ngomong, mau salah mau benar ngomong, dan penggunaan katanya yang tepat. Tuh, jadi makanya kosakata penting kalau dalam conversation. Gimana mau berbicara kalau perbendaharaan katanya cuma sedikit, bingung mau ngomong apa nanti. Sama aja kayak kita orang Indonesia, kalau belajar ngomong kan punya data waktu kalian masih kecil tuh. Oke, sama dengan bahasa Inggris. Anggap aja diri kalian ini masih anak-anak banget. Baru belajar ngomong apa bahasa Inggris. Supaya bisa ngomong bahasa Inggris, perbanyak perbendaharaan kata. Yang sudah kalian pelajari nih dalam 4 handbook ini udah banyak banget. Karena nanti bakal kepake, pasti kepake dalam ujian. Oke. Pesan Miss, nanti kalau ujian nggak usah mikirin jelimet-jelimet kalimatnya. Yang simple-simple aja, yang pendek, yang sederhana. Itu ya kosakatanya. Karena dalam percakapan sehari-hari pun penutur asli bahasa Inggris ngomongnya kalimatnya yang simple kok, bukan bahasa yang keren-keren, yang berbunga-bunga kayak puisi, nggak ada, ya. Oke, alright. Before I end this class, does anybody have questions? Ada yang mau bertanya dulu nggak? Tentang ujian terutama. Nggak usah dibawa stres ya, ujiannya santai. Di kelas Miss ujiannya nggak pernah bikin stres kok. Perasaan kalian doang yang susah. Tapi memang standar soal Miss itu lebih tinggi daripada sekolah. Jadi kalau umpama ujian kalian jeblok, terutama yang ujian tertulis nanti nih, kalau di kelasnya ikut kelas junior ya, ujian tertulisnya jeblok, kejar di ujian lisan. Gitu. Kalau ujian Miss jelek, umpama dapat nilai jelek, jangan kecewa, jangan patah semangat. Karena kalau kalian ujian di sekolah, nilai kalian pasti bagus kok, gitu ya. Standarnya memang lebih tinggi sedikit daripada sekolah. Okay, alright. I guess you don't have any questions. So I'll wrap up this class by saying thanks so much for joining my class. I'll see you guys next time, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night, everyone. Good afternoon, Anisha.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum.